Hello everyone, nubkeks here, and welcome back to Nub Raids. And today I want to show you one of the most underrated champions for the Hydra clan boss in action, and that champion is none other than Yannica, who you can get, everyone can get from the clan shop, right? So once your clan is unlocked, the 6th slot here does not take a lot of levels in your clan or anything like that. On the test server we don't have it unlocked, so that's a different thing, right? But you can collect her. It's going to take you can buy 5 fragments per week. There's 100 fragments total. It's going to take you, what's that, like 20 weeks? So, round about, let's say 5 months on average if you miss a couple here or there, So let's say it's going to take you about 5 months to get her. Is she going to be worthwhile? Well, actually, considering how early you can start collecting her, the answer is going to be very much yes. She can be, obviously, a great champion for Arena. I'm not going to really go into that here in today's video, but she absolutely can be a great Spirit Affinity nuker. And she also doesn't need that many books. It's not too bad. And what does she do? Well, she has this move, Baffling Speed. It's a 3-turn cooldown single target attack that gives her Perfect Veil if she crits for 3 turns and gives her an extra turn as well. Her A1 is a double hitter that can place Leech, but if she's under a Veil buff, including that Perfect Veil buff she gives herself, it's actually an AoE attack, and this is one of the things that makes her really pop off and really shine in Hydra. And then, of course, her A3. This is not too important for Hydra, but it's very strong in the arena. It's an AoE attack. It hits harder than the A1, and it ignores shield buffs. It's also going to do some extra stuff. It's not going to really matter here because, the Hydra is not going to really have any shield buffs. But yeah, the number of books is reasonably small. You're looking at 10 books total. It's not too bad. She also has a 30% attack in all battles aura, so you could absolutely run her as part of an Inquisitor Shamail team. That can work as well, where her getting turn meter boosted in the lead. And the thing that makes her kind of stand out is that for a champion that every single person can absolutely get, a few months into the game, you will absolutely get her. It gives you a really quality champion for Hydra. So how have I built her out? Well, I've built her up pretty well just to really show her off because, we want to compare her directly to the other champions that I'm using. So it'd be kind of unfair if we put her in really bad gear and then we are comparing her to champions in really good gear. It'd be like, what's the point? So we have her here, over 5k attack. We have her about 200-ish speed, 100% crit rate, that's important, 240% crit damage, and 200 accuracy. So the accuracy is a luxury, but I actually think it's quite good when you come into Hydra because that leech debuff is actually really nice, and it's going to also give her a ton of self-sustain. So if you don't have another source of leech on your team, I actually think it's worth getting her with like 200 accuracy, just so that she can mostly be placing that leech buff on like normal and hard Hydra. And then like the damage stats are good. The defensive stats, Perfect Veil gives some damage reduction, so you can get away with not having too much. I've not intentionally built really many, so something like this and you'll be fine. And then it's just getting those attack stats as high as you can, her speed up. I do have her in attack percent boots. They're only 5-star, I should say. Crit damage gloves, attack chest, and then stuff like this. We've got an attack ring. We've got a crit damage necklace. We have an attack banner here. So you might be running like an accuracy banner and giving up some of the attack. That's okay. Now, this is where things will differ a bit from the arena, right? If you're going for arena, you're going to want her with Helm Smasher to hit as hard as possible. And it's still going to work well in Hydra. She'll hit harder, but you just won't get the War Master damage. I think this is really nice because, well, she's doing AoE attacks constantly, and she even has a single target extra turn attack. So much potential for proccing War Master and adding up that damage. We're giving her, some healing as well, trying to keep her alive. A bit more accuracy to help land that leech debuff, help extend the debuff and all of that. If you're way short on the accuracy, and you could just send her down the defense tree to make her a bit more survivable. If you're not going to hit like 200-ish accuracy, you can absolutely do that. So let's jump in. I've tested her out with one team, and then I'm going to throw her in with a different team here. So here's a team we're going to throw her in with. Which again, I mean, our goal here is not to be like super crazy budget or anything. This is going to be a really good team though. I think on the whole, we got Mighty Uko in the lead, who is running very fast and is in a provoke set. So you can see we actually have that provoke out already. And Uko is going to be preventing the buffs going up on the enemy. Unfortunately, they missed it on Head of Wrath. And there you go. You can see Yannica start to pop off, landing those extra attacks, which is really, really nice. Uko is going to give us increased speed as well, which is going to keep us going quickly, hopefully. We've got Lanicus the Chosen over here. She's going to be giving us ally attacks, which is again going to bring in that Yannica AoE A1, which is going to be really good. We're actually going to get tons of healing on Yannica. Here she goes. Again, that AoE A1 just popping off. You can see all the little damage numbers ticking. We're getting some from the Hex here as well. And yeah, one thing, because we're running her with Rector Drath here, it's kind of a fun combo. She's always going to have Veil up, which is really cool. You know, you come into Hydra. We don't have Head of Torment starting here on the test server. But the Head of Torment can obviously be an absolute massive hassle. It can be such a pain to deal with. And how do you deal with it? Well, the great thing about Yannica, because she is providing herself with her own perfect veil, you don't have to worry, right? She will always be able to fire off her AoE attacks, and it's not actually going to matter too much. So we got a big hit coming in here from this head. Uko being the wrong affinity is really hurting us right here. The ally attack comes in. There we go. There's the decreased attack. That's going to help. And again, Yannica popping off with A1. You can see how much healing she gets when she does the A1 as well. When the leech is out on even just one enemy, the leech starts to do quite a lot of work. So that's basically how this team is working. What we'll do is I'll cut to when we get to a decapitated head. So you get to see some stuff that's interesting. Let's just target this head and try to make sure he goes down. One thing to note actually with her is that, you know, right here when I've got a priority on we've got quite a few blue affinity heads in the test server, which is not super good for her. But when you do have those blue affinity heads out there, right, she might not give herself Veil with her A2. So you might want to prioritize her A2, make sure you get the crit, make sure you get the Veil. So that might be something that you want to do, that you want to consider. So just watch out for that. But yeah, I'll break this down and I'll be back when we've actually, boom, big hit from her coming in. Very nice. We'll be back when we have decapitated a head. Okay, so we got to the point of decapitating heads. We've actually run into a lot of problems. I thought that they'd fixed Mighty Uko, but it doesn't look like they have. There may be some affinity issues coming in here as well, but from what I can tell, Mighty Uko is just not able to put block buffs on the Head of Wrath, so that kind of sucks. But when it comes here to Yannica, let's see, we might get to see, we might not actually get to see it. That's actually unbelievable, 3% chance to provoke Mithrala. That's unlucky. One thing you have to watch out for, I'm pretty sure with Yannica, her AI, with her baffling speed, is not going to target decapitated heads. So if you want to get the maximum damage out, you're going to have to watch out for that. I think we're probably not going to have quite enough speed. Let's see. She's got increased attack on, so she will hit hard. You can see also Lanicus has the same issue with her ally attack. And there you go, baffling speed. It goes onto this head, which is doubly bad because, well, it also has the massive damage reduction on right now, so we definitely don't want to be hitting it. So that is quite unfortunate. Let's see if we can figure this off. So that's definitely something to watch out for with Yannica, especially because that baffling speed skill, it hits extremely hard. It's incredibly good. That is one good thing Uko does, actually. You've got that chance to steal the block debuffs and all that, or the increased attack. That's actually quite nice here. But yeah, the baffling speed, it hits really hard, so you do need to make sure to manually target onto those heads. And also, as you can see in terms of team comp, we do need to make sure to have an increased attack in there as well. And I think that a debuff extender is really helpful too, because as you can see with these extra turns, she does outrun it. It's going to be difficult to keep it up all the time. And I do have a different team that you will see where we don't try to do that, but it's something to watch out for. But yeah, all right, cool. So that's basically how this run is going. I'm just going to let this one run out. This team is very, it's hit or miss. Again, you can see right there, because we're not getting the block buffs on it. I know that it's bugged and they're supposed to have fixed it. I guess the fix isn't live quite yet. So hopefully they do fix that soon for Mighty Uko fans. But yeah, I think we will still one key, but it's going to be a bit tight. It's going to be a bit sketchy. So I'll be right back when we get there. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Okay, we're right back. We're going to hit the one key right here, guys. We actually might see some big chunks of damage here from Yannica. Let's see when she comes around to her turn with 4 decapitated heads. This could hit really hard. Here we go. Baffling speed. It was a weak hit. No, we got the weak hit. But she comes in with the A1. It's a ton of damage. And there we go. We actually passed the 1 key damage. About 120 turns in. 15 or so minutes in. Full auto there. We can actually end it right here. And we can actually sort of compare across. We can see this is how the team went. So Uko actually did really good damage, though we do have still those bugs with the Head of Wrath, which is frustrating because it's the head to put block buffs on. But anyway, Lanicus really bringing the utility with the ally attack. Mithrala with that Hex debuff, actually doing a surprising amount of damage. And then Yannica being the main damage dealer with 7.3 million. So a respectable amount of damage. Now, look, it's not the craziest. I'm not saying that she's the craziest. She's clearly not. Definitely not like an SS tier damage dealer by any means. But she is a good, solid damage dealer that you can definitely get. I normally use Turvold in this team, and Turvold's going to do way more damage than Yannica. It's not even close. But, I mean, Turvold, he's a Void Legendary. Very underrated as well for Hydra. Aboro did about 5 million. So the out damager there. What I did as well earlier, let me show you this. Here we go. I did this run earlier. This is with basically the team I used in the Elva showcase. This is my record team, but I swapped Yannica in for a Husk. And this was, I think, just an interesting illustration here on hard difficulty, because with this team, we do not have increase attack to boost up Yannica's damage. But you can see, I think it's a good comparison, that in comparison to a Royal Guard, she actually did more damage than Royal Guard, and that's without increased attack. If she has increased attack up on her, that's like 50% more damage. Yeah, Royal Guard would get a little bit more damage from increased attack, but not much, you know? So for hard difficulty and like, you know, this perfectly supported team comp, albeit without increased attack, she's doing more than the max HP damage dealers are for that difficulty. And she's also protecting herself at Perfect Veil, which is useful. And she's bringing you that leech, which again is really useful. So I think that's really nice. You can see Michinaki actually did way more. I'm not sure exactly why, to be honest. I think it's just that the Hex debuff on hard Hydra, because we're really smashing it with this team. I think he was just doing so much more damage because of Hex. But I'm not 100% sure. The other nice thing I did notice is that because Yannica has her extra turn, right, it gives more chances for Michinaki's passive to kick in, and he gets those extra attacks as well, which was pretty cool. But yeah, I thought that this one in a really good team, you can see that on hard difficulty, no increased attack Yannica, actually slightly better than Royal Guard. If you put increased attack in with your Arbiter or something like that, you know, she's going to be stronger. She is stronger. So don't sleep on her. You know, you could see, I get comments sometimes of people saying like, I can't do hard Hydra because I don't have the right damage dealers. You can get her. Everyone can get her. You can lock her in. Very clearly, she's going to fall off on Brutal, on Nightmare. There's not going to be that much point to using her. She's not going to do as much as Royal Guard there, where the max HP is really going to scale and the defense values of the heads are really going to scale too. Her damage is going to go down and his damage is going to go up. Okay, so definitely watch out for that. On Brutal and Nightmare, things change. But normal and hard, on normal, this would be more Stark, should be way ahead of Royal Guard on normal, right? Or Husk on normal and all of that. Acrisia, different story, but we don't I think you hopefully know that. But yeah, there you go, guys. I thought just a quick little showcase here. Yannica, actually a really good option. Again, like I said, not S tier, but a champion that you can definitely get. She does good damage, and then when you retire her from your Hydra team, if you get someone better, you can come in and you can use her as a Spirit Affinity nuker for Arena, where she's actually quite decent. Big single target smack that can help you deal with champions like Duchess, Necret and stuff like that. And then ignoring shield again is quite good against Necret. Of course, she's going to be messed over by Stone Skin. She's going to be messed over by reaction accessories and stuff like that. But again, then so are lots of people. She's not too bad though, and she's great for the High Elf faction war too. So yeah, Yannica, decent champ. Don't sleep on her. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope that you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.